The question today is, what is the process to write good copy? So let's go ahead and walk through the steps that I take when it comes to writing a brand new project. All right, so if I get a client or I get a writing project, whether it be for myself or some other business, whatever it is, these are the exact steps that I take with any one of my new clients and any one of my writing projects. So let's go ahead and dive in right now. The copy process. It's very simple. The number one thing that we have to do as copywriters is research the market. If you don't know the market, you are dead in the water. You got to know their lingo. You got to know what they're hearing from other people, what they're seeing, what they feel, their dreams, desires, all that stuff. You've probably heard this 1,000 times. If you haven't, it's time to start researching your market. You have to know them better essentially than they know themselves, because if you've probably seen it before, you've probably read something, maybe it's about one of your hobbies or, about one of the things that you really enjoy, and you can fake, or you can spot people who are fake right away. You can tell like, oh, that's not the lingo we use. Like, oh, they're just a wannabe. Like they're not one of us. You can spot it right away. And your market will do the exact same thing. If they don't feel like you're one of them, they will toss your thing in the trash. They will either hit the delete button, scroll right by, or physically throw it in the garbage can. So make sure you know your market. You gotta research it. Number 2, you need to research the competition. You gotta find out, what is your prospect seeing and hearing from other people in your marketplace or the marketplace that you're writing for. Because if you go and write the same headline, or if you go and you offer the exact same warmed over thing, they're going to see you as a second-rate, second-tier, wannabe, and you're going to be like, oh, well, they're just copying so-and-so. They're just another version of this, or right? They're going to right away go, been there, done that, seen that, read that, and your thing is going right back into the trash can. So make sure you research the competition, find out what their offers are, find out what headlines they're using, find out what media they're using. Just get the absolute inside secrets to what the competition's doing. Number 3 step that I do is I research my product. Now, whatever it is, I will use it. I will interview the creator. I will read it, watch it, listen to it, play with it, whatever type of product it is, I get my hands on it and I take an absolute deep dive into researching the product. And what I like to do is I like to go through the product and I like to write bullet points on that product. I find out what every feature is, and then I write benefit-driven bullet points that support that product and align itself with the market. If I know everything about the market and then I know everything about the product, I can blend those together and find out, how does this product that I'm selling, whatever it is, product, service, it can be a service too, whatever it is I'm selling, how does it fulfill the dreams, desires of my market? How does it solve their problems? How does it make their life better, quicker, easier, faster, whatever it is? So, and this is the order, because if I'm looking at my product, before I know the market, I don't know what to extract from my product to use as bullet points or even headlines that's really going to entice my market. So you have to know your market first, then your competition, and then review your product. Next thing I do is, once I know everything about my market, the competition, the product, I choose an idea, and I'm constantly looking for awesome ideas to use for my marketing pieces. Whether it be Facebook ads, emails, YouTube ads, YouTube videos, sales letters, video sales letters, direct mail pieces, postcards, whatever it is. There always has to be one solid idea that's going to promise your reader that this thing is going to help make their lives better, solve a problem, fulfill a desire, right? So you're going to choose an idea next. And then after you choose an idea, I like to write a whole bunch of headlines and see which one's perfect. We already have the bullet points from the product. We already extracted all the information from the marketplace. We have one general idea. Now it's time to take all of those things and put them together into creating some really awesome headline. Your headline doesn't have to be perfect at first, but you want to write a handful of headlines to get the general approach that you're going to take into writing whatever it is you're writing: sales letters, video sales letters, emails, etc. Now, this process is more wrapped around sales letters. For smaller copy projects, you may not have every one of these steps, but these first 5 are absolutely critical, because there's really not an ad on the planet where you don't have to research the market, research the competition, research the product, and choose some sort of idea to focus that ad around. And then, of course, you need some type of headline. Even in an email, you need a subject line. Even on a billboard, you need some sort of blanket statement, which, I'm not a huge proponent of brand style advertising billboards, but hey, to each their own, right? So you want to write a headline in step number 5. Now, step number 6, I like to call it creating your belief ladder. Now, what in the world am I talking about when I say create a belief ladder? A lot of copywriters tend to get lost when they're writing their body copy. Their ideas go this way, and then they go that way, and then they go this way, and then they go that way, and it just is like this jumbled mess of nonsense, and it doesn't make any sense to anybody except for the writer, because they're in their head, and so they know how to connect these dots, and it makes sense to them. But for anyone else, they're doing one of these, and they're lost in a maze of crazy. So a belief ladder is, I like to lay out all the beliefs that my prospect would need in order to go from my headline, which is the idea, to buying, clicking, taking the action that I want, right? We're talking direct response copywriting. So from my headline to where I want them to go, which is over here, there's this gap from A to B, headline to action. Now, there's a series of beliefs that they need to go from here to here. And it's a nice logical order. So a belief ladder is, I like to write down every belief that they would need in order to buy, or take the action. Typically buy something, right? What beliefs do they need in order to buy? Now, these beliefs typically come in the form of questions or objections first. So you might have things like, how much is it? Or this sounds like nonsense, or I don't believe you, or how does it work? Or all these questions, right? And they need to believe, right? Every one of those questions, they need to believe in their head that it can do what you promise it can do. So say it's too expensive, they need to believe that they can afford it. Say they're like, well, it sounds like nonsense, they need to believe that, yes, this thing actually does work. If you promise it fulfills this desire, they need to believe that it fulfills this desire. So a belief ladder is a logical order of beliefs that your prospect needs in order to buy or take the action that you want them to buy. So come up with the belief ladder. Think of every objection, every question, every belief that your prospect may need to believe in order to take that action, and write them all down. And then put them in a nice logical order, and now you have a belief ladder. And now you're going to have a nice fluid line from where you're starting in the promotion to where you want them to go, which is typically to take some sort of action, buy your product, hopefully, or service. Now, once you create a belief ladder and you have this nice logical order, these nice logical steps, you're going to write the body copy. Now it's a nice simple thing for a copywriter to do, because you already have all your beliefs. You're just going to go in there and prove or convince your reader, watcher, listener of that belief. And when you get to the end, they're going to go, oh, that makes total sense. And then you're going to move on to the next belief that they have to believe in order to buy or take that action. And you're going to fill that in your body copy. And you're just going to cruise through your body copy very simply, just proving these beliefs or answering these questions / objections that they might have. And then step 8, you simply write the close. The close consists of 3 things. Number 1, the offer. You gotta offer them something. The thing that you're selling. All right. The close also includes the call to action, and it also includes the guarantee. So those 3 things are wrapped up in the close. It's the offer, the thing that you're selling. Hey, here's the thing that I have, whatever it is. Here's how you go and order it. And if you don't like it, here's my guarantee. Those are the 3 things that we include inside the close. So step number 8, you're just going to simply jump in and write those. Step number 9, you're going to read your copy. You're going to let it sit for a couple days. Hopefully you have a couple days. And then you're going to read it out loud. And you're going to hear all the things where you get stuck and hang up, and then you're going to go back and edit. And I like to repeat this several times. I like to read it out loud multiple times. And again, between every editing, I like to let it sit for a day or two, because if you're too close to the copy, like you're there too much all the time, it flows in your head nice. So if you disappear for a while, then you come back and read it almost if you've never read it before, then you start to see all the flaws, all the weird sentences, all the things that don't make sense, and you can read and edit it again, and then you just repeat this several times. And then number 10, you release it out into the wild. And no copywriter can tell you with absolute certainty that something's going to work or not. The only way to tell if your copy is going to work is to launch it out there and let your prospects make the decision. And they're going to be the ultimate judges, right? They're going to be, if it's trying to sell something, they're judging it with their wallet. You know, if it's an opt-in, they're judging it with the opt-in pages, with the conversions. So you got to release it to see if it's actually going to work. Now, if you want a free copy course, all right, if you like this process and you're like, hey, this is cool, man, Sean's helping me out, like I want more, then here's what we got. So I'm going to give you a free copy course if you want it. I'm also going to send you weekly training videos. These training videos dive deep into one thing of style of copywriting, where wrapped around that, you know, might be a method, it might be a principle, it might be a technique, it might be a persuasion aspect. Whatever it is, we dive deep into it on that week. I give you writing assignments, writing challenges. I give you swipe files to look at as examples. I show you how to implement that thing into your copy. And the videos, the way I set them up is to ingrain the thing that we're talking about deep into your subconscious. So when you go write later on, it just flows out naturally, as opposed to, you know, learning 25 things and not remembering anything. We focus on one thing and we dive deep into that thing and we imprint it into your subconscious. Again, writing challenges with all of those videos, swipe files, and you're going to get a free copywriting course. And you can check out all this. If you want to see all the details, head over to copyskills.com/club, and you can get all of those things. So go over there, copyskills.com/club, and you can check out the free copywriting course and everything over there and see if it's a fit for you. So hope you enjoyed this video. My name is Sean Walker. We will chat soon. So long.